Alright, welcome back to the virtual cabin of Friday the 13th, the game.
Welcome back. We are exploring this cabin, finding all sorts of tidbits.
Not a tremendous fan of this game, but I do like the virtual cabin. I thought it was neat, so I thought we'd do a video on it. This is a little drier than our normal videos.
But hey, it never hurts to do something different.
Yeah.
Besides, this place is stocked full of trivia.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is mostly, if anything, just a trivia adventure.
It reminds me of those old school point-and-click games, you know?
Yeah, well, it does get better. That's the thing
there's the cup on the table.
Oh, it's probably something dumb.
Not really. Mug. The release of Friday the 13th, the game was slated for early 2017. Boy, was I wrong. A time frame that managed to both be wide and for some fans vague. The ambiguity caused quite a bit of energy to be directed at Gun Media, in particular at the community manager Ben Strauss. It's actually become a meme within our community, said Strauss. Someone sent me a mug that said early 2017 on it in Friday the 13th font. Okay, I wasn't always right.
Whatever.
Coming soon. As in never.
Oh, there's another room. Okay.
Alright, more.
Oh, and this is chock full of all sorts of trivia.
Alright.
Oh my god. So much trivia.
Alright, let's get started.
Yeah, we'll just slowly make our way around.
Start with the sign and work your way around. Crystal Lake location. No two Friday the 13th have filmed Crystal Lake at the same lake.
I disagree.
Oh?
Technically, 4 and 5 shared one or two small locations. And one of them was on, I think it's the Upper Franklin Reservoir. I forget what the name of the place was, but yeah, technically 2 of them sort of were. But they didn't call it Crystal Lake, so I guess it doesn't count.
Fair enough. Pocket Knife. The MPAA Ratings Board, Motion Picture Association of America, and the Friday the 13th franchise has long had a cat and mouse relationship. You need hyphens there. Director John Carl Buechler?
Yeah, Buechler.
Thank you. Has publicly vented his frustration with the amount of footage that had to be cut to attain an R rating. For that last name, the gore had a purpose, comparing the removal of it to being like telling a joke without a punchline. That would be a really bad joke.
Yep.
Firecrackers. Ilphonic and Gun Media found the player feedback from the beta build to be invaluable toward balancing the game. Take a cue, Bethesda. According to Dev Ronnie Hobbs, one item that required adjustment was the firecrackers. If you played the beta, you'd know the firecrackers used to be the least useful item in the game. They were designed to be a deterrent to fool Jason. You could throw something down and was using sense, he would see sound pings and you can run the other way. Firecrackers can stun him now. Pig Splitter. I love that name. Sorry, vegans. Like the movies that preceded it, Friday the 13th, the game has had its own problems with censors. Germany's ratings board, the USK, found the game so violent they rejected the game at launch. That's Germany for you. Med Spray. After menacing the crew of the Grendel, Jason is shot to death by the android KM-14. With half a body and half a head, Jason falls into a nano-med bay that super heals the killer. Alice, the heroine of the first movie, was played by Adrienne King. Her appearance in part 2 is cut short when Jason shoves an ice pick through her temple. Ow. The collapsible ice pick prop was not checked properly and on one take did not retract.
Oh, I heard about that.
Luckily, King wasn't injured and didn't need any med spray. Oh, dear God. Spear. Many kills in this game take their inspiration origin from the movies. The kill where Jason spears a counselor in the face, for example, is a reference to the VW Bug scene with Nancy McLaughlin in Part 6. Yeah, don't get your med spray confused with the spray paint.
Yeah.
That would be bad. Bat. Kane Hodder did the motion capture for Jason's kills. He is known for his intensity and dedication to his craft. For some of the weapon kills, the mocap team created a dummy for Hodder to physically hit with rubber bats. According to developer Ronnie Hobbs, a problem quickly arose. That dummy didn't last a week, I bet. Every morning, the prop people would be duct taping it back together because Kane would just beat the shit out of it. Metal Pape. Tom Savini, whose guidance helped shape the kills in 2 Friday movies as well as Friday 13th, the game, always anchored his special effects in the real world. It can't be preposterous, said Savini in an interview, because you won't believe it. And while the realness of practical effects came at a cost to time, resources, and ingenuity, for Savini it was always worth it. Did it scare you? That's what I do.
I always thought Savini's a little overrated.
Naif. Through his career, Tom Savini has been called many things, perhaps most adoringly the Sultan of Splatter. Dev Ronnie Hobbs gave the rationale for the adulation this way. People always say there's a million ways you can slice the throat, but only one right way, and that's Savini's way.
I mean, I'll give the guy credit. He's not. I mean, he's pretty good for his time. But I think that he does get a little overhyped.
The novel Friday 13th, Hate, Kill, Repeat sets the stage for the FBI sting that occurs at the beginning of Part 9. The epilogue of the novel, the FBI has discovered that Jason does in fact exist and goes about setting a trap to send him straight to hell.
That's pretty lame.
Pretty much. Oh, we have radio.
What's going on with that radio?
Radio to call Tommy Jarvis. Throughout the series, Harry Manfredini's Ike ma has been used to underscore Jason's presence. In Part 5, this sonic moniker is subverted. Tommy Jarvis, driven mad by the hallucinations of Jason, rises from his hospital bed as the VO whispers ki ta 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 as he opens the drawer to see the hockey mask waiting for him. Ki is for kill and ta is for Tommy.
Lame. Oh, it's a mask in a barrel.
A mask in a wheelbarrow. Tommy Jarvis's desk. The role of Tommy Jarvis is one of the few recurring protagonists in this series, showing up in 3 movies, albeit played by 3 different actors. Young Tommy's interest in masks serves as a homage to Tom Savini.
Aha!
Oh, here we go. Newspaper. Friday the 13th Part 3 is the first movie in the series to break the date implied in the title. The film picks up the day after the events of Part 2, making it Saturday the 14th. An awful movie. And while there are a few scenes on Saturday, the majority of the film takes place on the following day, Sunday the 15th. Alright, there's week 3. Movies featuring TJ.
Tommy Jarvis?
That's my guess.
3. So week 3 should be a T.
Alright, 3.
Is that all of them?
Unless we find any more newspapers, I guess so. Because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slasher Volume 1, Summer Camp. Even before they had the license to developers at Gun Media intended to write a love letter to the Friday series and knew they needed the legends to do it. Speaking of the early days, co-creator Ronnie Hobbs didn't mince words. Our goal all along for Slasher Volume 1 Summer Camp was to get Tom Savini, Kane Hodder, and Harry Manfredini. We knew that we needed those guys aboard. We couldn't do it ourselves. Ooh, Birdie on the wall. Birdie Boyd's Sleeping Bag. Oh, I remember this one. Part 7 is perhaps the most censored Friday movie of all time. One particular kill that the MPAA sent back for several revisions was the infamous sleeping bag kill. In the movie, Jason, played by Kane Hodder, had to pick up a sleeping bag stuffed with a heavy dummy and 20 additional gallons of blood and slam it against a tree. Hodder struggled to make the stunt believable and was relieved when the ratings board limited the scene to 1 good tree smack. Oh,
There's a duck.
Jason's relationship with animals is undefined. In Part 2, Jeff and Sandra discover a dead dog. It is suspected that it is the work of the killer, although it's never confirmed. In Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, the director instructed Kane Hodder, who played Jason, to kick a dog. Hodder, however, refused, saying it wasn't in Jason's character. Yeah, Jason only hurts humans. Bird. Actually, I believe that's a crow. The jungle gym in front of the Voorhees residence that Jason and protagonist Stephen Freeman fight on is the same jungle gym Alfred Hitchcock used in 1963 for The Birds. See, little stuff like that. That's what makes this game fun. Oh, here we go. We got some axes.
Look at all these axes.
And machetes. Alright. Machete. In part 9, Jason Goes to Hell. It is Jason's right eye that shows machete damage as opposed to the left eye that is damaged at the end of part 4. Ilphonic and Gun Media corrected this for the part 9 Jason in the game. The devs took a poll to see if mistakes should be retconned or let it be. The verdict was that it should be fixed. Many at Gun, including Ronnie Hobbs, were still conflicted. There were some people that wanted it not to be fixed, but if we didn't, we couldn't live with ourselves.
Yeah, they shouldn't have even considered the New Line movies, you know?
Machete. In every movie of the Friday series, the killer has used a machete. Well, that is his trademark.
New Line, I'm pretty certain they intentionally wanted to break continuity just to piss off fans of Friday the 13th.
Hand-operated weapons. Referring manual weapons like axes, John? Where'd that come from? Jason has never used a chainsaw in dispatching of his victims. A chainsaw was, however, used on Roy at the end of part 5. In the climactic barn scene, Pam, played by Melanie Kinnaman, fights off her attacker with a chainsaw, slicing his shoulder to the bone.
They also used one on Jason in part 2, but they don't mention that for some reason.
Axe.
It's a Michigan axe.
It is a Michigan axe. It's double-bladed.
Yep.
Special effects artist Tom Savini came to the attention of the Friday the 13th filmmakers from his work on the movie Dawn of the Dead. Of particular note was the visceral nature of his special effects and kills. It was a realism that was hard-won. Savini had been a combat photographer in Vietnam. The special effects he created didn't give the same feeling as what he remembered from war. They weren't good enough. Axe, Part 3. To promote Jason Takes Manhattan, an axe-wielding Kane Hodder appeared on the Arsenio Hall show in full Jason regalia. I remember hearing about that.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was pretty funny.
Hodder didn't speak or break character throughout the entire interview. Credit to Arsenio for pulling it all off. Supposedly there's video of that on YouTube somewhere.
I'm pretty certain there is.
Spear. Filming a Friday the 13th movie has always carried a certain amount of risk. Director Tom McLaughlin found this out the hard way when he cast his wife Nancy in part 6. Nancy played the role of Elizabeth, who Jason spears through the windshield of a Volkswagen Beetle. When it came to film the shot, Nancy sat in the car as Jason rammed the spear through the vehicle. The windshield gave way, but changed the trajectory of the spear, nearly impaling Nancy. Oh, dear Lord. Wrench. Jason turned many implements into tools for murder. However, some of the most censored kills have been from the unarmed combat. In part 6, Sheriff Garris is bent backwards and broken in half. It was a bloodless kill, but nevertheless was the one that the ratings board had the most trouble with, finding it too intense. I am the king of wastewater. That's a bit of inside joke, folks. Pan. When it came to creating the kills for Friday the 13th, the game, Gun Media knew they needed expertise. And who better than the man who helped create the slasher genre? So they brought in legendary practical effects guru Tom Savini. That's what I did in the Friday movies, said Savini. Creatively kill teenagers in the woods with household implements. It's a living. Somebody has to do it.
Lucky bastard.
There's that pickaxe.
President of wastewater.
During Friday the 13th... filming Friday the 13th can be a risky affair. During the final sequence of part 2, Ginny, played by Amy Steele, is defending herself from the pickaxe-wielding killer. In one of the early takes, Steele, armed with a machete, sliced stuntman Steve, that last name, fingers, sending him to the emergency room. Ow! Once he returned, Deskevitz filmed the remaining takes with a prosthetic covering on his hand. Wow, there's a lot of neat stuff in here.
Yep.
That looks like a boat. Jump scare. The iconic stinger in part 1, where boy Jason springs from the lake, helped spawn a franchise. According to special effects legend Tom Savini, the origin of the scene started as a conversation he had with director Sean Cunningham. Savini has just seen Carrie and has been impressed with the stinger at the end. He suggested that once the killer had died and the audience was relaxed, boy Jason should jump out of the lake and attack Alice. Cunningham agreed, and a legend was born.
All just because they wanted to put a jump scare in the movie.
You think jump scares are a modern thing? Nope. Bed. Ew, somebody had strawberry syrup in there. Like other movies in the series, Part 2 had a difficult time receiving an R rating from the Motion Picture Association of America. An X rating was only avoided once 48 seconds had been trimmed. One scene that raised the ire of the censors particularly was the murder scene with Jeff and Sandra impaled by a spear while having sex in a bed.
I heard the original cut was actually, like, a lot more graphic.
I bet it was.
Okay, we got more stuff.
Pitchfork. Besides Bill's impalement in the original Friday, there have been several characters that Jason has affixed to walls or doors or even rafters. The biker gang character, a fox, played by Gloria Charles, was impaled in the neck with a pitchfork and left to hang from the second story of a barn. The pitchfork was real, but made so that the two prongs in the middle were collapsible. Archery target. In the original movie, the role of Brenda was played by Laurie Bartram. The audience is introduced to her character as she is moving a large archery target to the range. As she places the target on an easel, a foreshadowing arrow shot by the prankster Ned whizzes by her. Late in the movie, Brenda is shown through a window. As it happened, it was not Laurie Bartram who did the stunt, but Tom Savini who played the flying teen.
I
think we have everything in here.
All right, so what do we have for the words?
We have 1 is M, 2 is O, 3 is T. It looks like it spells out mother.
Mother, okay. And I think that's the password for the computer. Unless I'm wrong, I thought there was... Yep, there we go.
Alright, because 1 is M, 2 is O.
Yeah, I know how to spell mother.
I'm just putting what I wrote down.
Alright.
Alright.
Added downstairs display room. Updated map. Ported searchable furniture from main branch.
User interface. Added inventory functionality. Press X to access.
Yeah.
Controls. Added crouch functionality. Press B to crouch. Bug fix. Restore telephone functionality.
Oh, so we can use the phone now.
Ah, yes. Rotary phone action.
Yes! This is what people tune in for.
Also, it teaches you millennials how to use a rotary phone. That way when you do those React videos where they show millennials trying to use a rotary phone, you don't look like an idiot. How do you text on this thing? You don't.
Crystal Lake Police Department. Hello?
Hey, hi.
Hello?
Hi.
Hey! Well, I'm calling the coppers back.
I got a good one.
It's about as tedious as using an old rotary phone as well.
Mm-hmm.
Crystal Lake Police Department.
Yeah, I'd like to register a noise
Is anyone
complaint.
there?
First name Hugh, last name Jass.
Yeah, well, that was fun.
Yes, we got stuff to do.
Supposedly we have an inventory now. If you hit X.
Was that one of the rooms that unlocked?
Nope.
Not that one. The one across the hall from it.
Oh yeah, this door is unlocked now. More stuff.
Record player. Being an avid David Bowie fan, Frank Mancuso Jr. has named the production titles of several Friday films after Bowie songs. Part 3 was given the working name Crystal Japan, Part 5 Repetition, Part 8 Ashes to Ashes, good song by the way. Perhaps the cleverest name is the one for Part 6, Aladdin Sane. Try saying it slowly while thinking about the film.
I'd rather not. Oh, yay, another radio.
Sweet. Well, now you know the virtual cabin goes a little deeper than we let on. There are quite a few more like secrets left to discover. We hid some content in this
Snake.
cabin that will not be easy
In
to
the
unlock.
script of the original
You'll
movie,
really have
it
to
is the
think
prowler
outside
who
the
puts the
box.
snake into the
It's like
cabin.
a puzzle game.
In the scene where the snake
Seeing
is
this
beheaded,
less like a puzzle game
no
designed
special
to get
effects were
through in like
used.
an
Out of the
afternoon,
kills in the
and
series,
more
the
like
snake
an
is the only
experience
one
for the
who really
community to get
died.
to know the movies better.
Poor snake.
Or for the hardcore fans to test their knowledge. That might be too much to say, but we could always cut that out later, right?
Mm-hmm. And how will players know when they've uncovered all
Put
the
something
secrets?
on there?
It should be pretty obvious.
Oh,
Oh,
look,
here we go. There's
diorama.
another display.
Steven. Only 2 actors have appeared in both the film series and the TV series, John Shepard and John D. LeMay, who play Steven. Both are named John and both improbably survive.
I didn't know John Shepard was in the TV series.
Well, now you know. Spoiler alert. Jason. There are over 100 licensed Friday the 13th products and toys. Together they have grossed more than $125 million in revenue.
Probably mostly from me. Because I am a tremendous nerd.
Oh, that's a hammock on the wall. That had a thing on it.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Mask. During pre-production of Friday the 13th Part 3, director Steve Miner called for a makeup test on Jason to get an idea of what he would look like this time. Instead of applying the rigorous makeup to the actor just for the test, they tried out a Detroit Red Wings hockey mask from a 3D effects supervisor, Martin J. Sadoff's bag of hockey gear, like what they saw, then created a new mask. Yep.
I definitely want to take that.
And you know it's Red Wings mask because it has the chevrons on it. A wheelchair. One of the most popular kills in this series can be found in Friday the 13th Part 2. It involves the lovable wheelchair-bound jock, Mark. Confined to the wheelchair by a motorcycle accident, Mark remains optimistic that he might walk again. Mark took a machete to the face, causing him to roll backwards down a long flight of stairs. It is a classic kill in the series, made even more noticeable that it's the first time Jason kills someone with his signature machete.
Fun fact, the actor who played Mark
Yeah?
is Tom McBride. He was supposedly notoriously gay.
Huh.
Like very, very openly gay, and I guess someone was one of the female actors was hitting on him when they were filming. I guess he had to explain to her, he's like, nah, you're barking up the wrong tree. I heard it was really, really awkward for the actress.
Oh, poor girl.
Yeah.
Well, what do you know? I think we're already in here.
There's something to do with these pedestals. I know that much.
Because I know a couple of them had, like, looks like VHS tapes on them.
Wait, hold on. Alright, write down this number.
Got it. 6, 8, 9, 2, 3, 4, 4.
Call it the Pinehurst Diner.
Maybe they'll give us some takeout.
Alright, what was the number?
6, 8, 9, 2, 3, 4, 4.
Hello, Pinehurst Diner. This is Lana. We are currently closed. You there? Billy? Look, I'm almost done. I'll meet you out back. Where are you? It's getting late.
Ooh, she's waiting for a hookup.
Yeah, she's gonna get axed to death.
Of course she is. She's in a Friday the 13th movie.
Wait, we can crouch now. Aha!
Who would put a mask in the fireplace? Mask.
Well, it's It's a Jason Goes to Hell mask. It deserves to be there.
Oh, that's probably why it's in there. Mask. For this movie, the special effects team led by Greg Nicotero went for a mutilated disease look for Jason. The theory was that the hockey mask had been on Jason for so long that the skin had grown around it. The difficulty was that Kane Hodder couldn't take the mask off between takes. Hodder had to do the entire shoot and all of the stunts by breathing his own exhaled air. Oh boy.
Well, I'll definitely take that. Hey, look, there's a drawer.
There is a VHS in there.
Star Mummy 3.
Star Mummy is a prospective title from would-be author Eddie McCarlo. Eddie, luckless in love and fiction, is rejected by his crush Melissa. When Eddie finds out that he was just being used, he takes it in straight. Rejection. Feigned. I can take it. I've been rejected from some of the finest fiction magazines in the continental United States. Okay, my theory is we have to find all the VHS tapes, put them in order on the pedestals.
That's my guess.
Shut up, you damn phone.
Yes, you know what? I'm changing the date. Just because I'm tired of that damn phone.
Oh, good.
That phone was getting annoying. Alright, let's just take all these masks off the wall.
One of the most emblematic moments of this movie was the scene of Jason in Times Square. Kane Hodder, who played Jason, stayed in character the whole time. There were hundreds of people on both sides of the street watching the filming. With one quick look from Jason, the crowd would scream, cheer, and go wild. You know, it's New York City. They're used to stuff being filmed there. Mask. Tommy's fascination with masks serves multiple purposes in this film. They served as an homage to seminal special effects artist Tom Savini, yeah, we established that, as well as adding a darker layer to Tommy's character, providing an omen of things to come. According to screenwriter Barry Cohen, they also made a philosophical point about horror that is contagious. The horror that Jason dispenses can be passed on to anyone. And you. This film featured a recasted Jason. The filmmakers discovered a 6'3", 250-pound nightclub owner named C.J. Graham. Graham was part of a hypnotist stage show where a magician would put an audience members in a trance and ask them to imagine they were encountering Jason Voorhees. Graham would dress as Jason and scare them in the middle of the hypnosis. The production, something or other. Alright.
Alright.
So,
Let's... Well...
Alright, in our inventory...
It's gonna have to be the Part 3 mask. Which I'm pretty certain is that one.
Yeah, because it has to go by the lodges.
And then it's gonna be the Part 4 mask. Which I believe is this one.
Yeah, because it's Tommy Jarvis.
Yeah, because it's got the half chevron on the top. Alright. Then it'll be Part 5, that's the Dumb Roy mask. Part 6. Oh, we're missing a few. Well, we're missing the 7 mask.
Well, we might find it later. Here, let's see, there's 2.
Oh, yeah. I think the other one's in the room around the corner here.
Yeah, right there.
Alright, so we have 1, 2, and 3.
And I guess the plate with the birds on top of the pedestals determines which one.
Huh. Alright, write down 1 and then 1551.
Okay, got it.
Alright.
Yeah, because these are the ones with the timestamps.
Yeah.
Alright, there's 2. Uh, 4213.
4219.
19, thank you. Got it. Riveting. VCR watching action. Uh, 3444.
3444.
Alright, got it.
And on that bombshell, we are out of time.
Yes, that's right. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Have a good day, and don't leave your tapes laying around.
Yeah.